few seconds to adjust.
There we go.
Hi, everybody.
No, not yet. We can't.
No.
Well,
Yep, you're there.
Yep.
yes, but we're not actually going to start for another
No, start
minute
talking.
or so.
You're on.
Yeah. Yes, I understand that.
There's a delay.
Yes. Hi, Joacim. How are you?
Hi, Tira. Nice to be here.
Hi, Joacim.
Hi,
Joe.
Today, we're going to interview Joacim Jansson from Sweden.
Yep.
And that's spelled
HJO.
okay.
And the slogan for the town is I love you.
All right.
Of course.
Okay. And so a lot of people in the engraving world know you. And you got a lot of Facebook friends and you're on the forums and stuff. So this is a way for more people to get to know more about you.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably the first question is, how did you get started in all of this? How did you start to be an engraver?
Oh, actually, I was a truck mechanic for like 15 years. And then the second time my lower back broke down, I think I should change the job. So I have an old friend of mine who is a goldsmith. So I sit at his studio for some days, and that's something for me. So I actually start to become a goldsmith. But after about 2-3 months, he put a graver in my hand, and I should do some straight cutting with start and stop. And he go away, and 50 minutes he come back and see, okay, Joacim, I don't think you should be a goldsmith because this is going too good. So then we change it. So I become an engraver instead. So, and after that, I mostly learned by myself. I have not so many to learn from. So I get the hard, long way, so to say. But
Can I ask Joacim a question?
Sure.
sure.
What in your country and in Europe, what's the difference between a goldsmith and an engraver? I mean, to me it's obvious, but to some of the audience it may not be.
A goldsmith do the jewelry, like doing the ring and repair, change, and everything. And engraver, yeah, I do. I'm a jewelry engraver, so I make jobs from goldsmith around all Sweden, north to south. And I actually do some work from England now also. And so it's mostly text, inside rings, monograms, cups, seals, and such. I do.
Nice.
I don't do something in steel and something like that. We have some gun engravers. There's like 3 or 4 in Sweden, but there is quite a lot of good knife makers in Sweden who also become quite good engravers also. So that's that.
Cool. And what is your favorite thing to engrave?
I think it's seal engraving.
Seals.
So yeah, on family crest and such. That's really, it's a challenge every time. Looking 3D and backwards, and you need to make work with this a little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. And your studio is in a separate location from where you live, or together?
No, I live in an old big church, and inside, in the middle of the house, I built my studio. I have now 5 benches. 4 of them are full equipped with microscopes and pneumatics and everything. So I even have classes
Yeah, can you?
You can show.
Yeah, put up the studio there if you would.
Yeah. It's actually an old picture because I updated with a new bench from Italy. So I have one apprentice who's going to be at my place for 2 years training, and I taking classes, often weekend classes for people who want to come and do engraving or stone setting, or in the beginning to buy a pneumatic system. I have all the free big systems so they can try it all out and decide after that. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the image is up, Tira.
Yes.
How do apprenticeships work in your country? Because we don't do enough of it in our country.
Yeah, it's been a little bit up and down, but now you can, in this small craft like goldsmiths or violin making or guitar making or coppersmith or something like that, you can search in a school, and you need to get
A master.
master who can teach you, and they put it together, and you get I think it's 100 weeks to do this, and the master get paid from the school.
Wow. That'd be nice, huh,
Yeah,
Joel?
yeah. Not so much, but it's enough.
Something would be
That's a great program.
And after the 100 weeks, it depends which craft, but usually we try to do journeyman test. And then you get to be a journeyman, and then you need to be that for, I think it's 6 years or something, and have your own business. Then you can apply to do the master. And then you can
like the test for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And
Then,
what would be on the master test for an engraver?
I really don't know, because it's so few engravers in Sweden, and master engraver, how to say it, it was so few working, but it's been out since 2009. So,
Okay, so not too. It's not.
yeah,
It's a new.
I working on it, so we'll see if we can bring it up again.
Is this a government operation or is it a school operation?
Joel.
Both. It's the government who pay the school to do this.
Wow.
Joel.
I just want to bring up that Jonathan was asking a question. He noticed the seats from the picture of Joacim's bench, and was wondering if those saddle seats help with back pain.
Absolutely, because I'm being operated in my whole lower back 3 times, so I can't work without it. With the saddle chairs, you need to sit a little bit higher. It's like riding a horse.
Or a motorcycle, maybe.
Oh,
A
yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah. So, and I have it's wiggle a little bit, so you're training your stomach and back.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, I really love it. And 2 of my benches for this, I can electric and lower it, so you always get the right position when you sit. So
There's an idea for a new mod.
ergonomics is very important, I think, because if you go to a goldsmith in Sweden, yeah, they have a bench, and they have a stove with in wood with 3 legs, like in 1800s. So, but we don't live in the 1800s anymore.
No. Do you do any polishing there? I see an ultrasonic and a cleaning area.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
separate room.
you see
Selection.
a room to the left.
Yes.
There is my polishing room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your space is very clean. I love it.
Yep.
And what, you have what, 4 different kinds of microscopes and all the machines, yes? In
Yeah.
here, you've got, tell us about all your equipment and stuff.
Now I have 4 different Leicas. I have a A60, of course.
Right.
I bought from Tira 2 years ago. I have a Leica M80 with the ergo edge. I have a MS5, even that with the ergo edge, and then I have a M3Z. Leica.
So lots of stuff there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, and all the 3 different brands of pneumatics and grinding system and everything.
And I see you've got a TV screen up here.
Yep.
Are you using Triox? You
I
use the
use
Trinox?
video camera with through the microscope. You see that black thing over there.
Oh, okay.
Joel has to use his.
Okay.
This one over here,
Nope,
or that one?
that
Oh,
one.
that one. I got it. There's your camera
Yep,
right there.
yep.
It does look very neat and clean.
Yeah.
Or did you straighten up just for the picture?
No. It's every day I clean it up because I have 2 cats. Yeah, and they always inside here, and I need to clean the floor so they don't get chips in their feet or something.
Hey, Joel,
Yes, ma'am.
we're gonna, just so that you know, right now, every time you speak, we get your picture, so gotta go back to you at some point too.
Okay.
We do have a question here from James.
Yep.
Do you see any specific jobs you like to use different graver systems for?
Yeah, for me right now, when I do stone sculpting and set, of course, it would be better. And fine engraving, I'm using most of the time the Lindsay palm control. And the combination of these 2, just love.
Okay, cool. We've got everything.
Yeah.
It's a Disneyland
Yeah,
for
yeah,
engravers
yeah, absolutely.
in the forests of Sweden.
No, sort of.
What is you near?
A big lake with that.
Okay.
It's the closest big thing. But it's actually quite member of Scandinavia because I have like 3.5 hours drive to Stockholm, Oslo, and Copenhagen in Denmark. So quite centered. So I have people from England come to my place and take engraving and stones. So,
how do you spell your hometown?
HAO.
HAO. So how many pieces a week do you think you produce?
I don't know. It's so different. I got like 50 different customers.
Right.
It's okay.
So you're very busy.
Yeah.
With a lot of things.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of people want to come and talk to you and see the shop.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all interested, but
Yeah.
people are already making ways to your shop,
Yeah.
right?
And it's going so far, so seems like I need to go outside my shop also. So hopefully in the end of September, I'm gonna go to South Africa for almost 2 weeks to give 2 classes and be on the show down there. So with the
Lots of travel,
yeah,
frequent flyer miles.
yeah, I need to work on that. So, and they talking about Australia, August next year, maybe. So much happening now.
We have another question that's kind of related to the training program, the training that you do. Roger is asking, do the old-time engravers accept heresy systems running, or are they frowned upon in favor of hand push, presumably in Sweden and Europe?
Most of the old people doing the hand push in Sweden. I know many of them bought a system in the 90s, but most you need someone to show you how to use it. Then it's so hard to use pneumatic system.
Okay, Joel, I'm going to mute you because we have your grinding going on in the background. So
Sorry.
when he talks, you'll be able to.
You can turn it back on.
You can turn it back on when you want to say something.
There you go.
All right. He muted himself. Okay.
But for me, because I have broken my back and I have some problems with my body, so I think pneumatics is the only way to work today and work with ergonomics and such, because then you can work for many hours and you want to have some pension and live your life when you stop engraving when you get old also. So don't make more pain for it.
Don't make life harder than it needs to be. Okay.
Yep.
Good. And we've been doing some fun activities here because we've been together a couple days now.
Yeah.
So Joel, do you have some of those pictures? Maybe the picture of us hiking, which we did this morning.
Yeah. It's.
So how do we
Just click on him.
Click on him. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. And this is us hiking in Garaf, on the mountain range in Garaf Park, which we did this morning very early, and it was very tiring.
And very, very hot.
Very hot, but we had a good time doing that. And then, oh, hey Joel, can you put the other one up of the? We got a chance to go sailing.
Yeah.
So that was neat too.
Yeah, that's really good.
So we've been having meetings.
Yep.
And coming up with ideas and discussions and tool ideas and techniques and all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Where were you sailing?
Where were we sailing? On the Mediterranean.
Okay.
So we had a friend that allowed us to come for a ride, and we had a great time. And we went swimming yesterday, and it was really nice. It was a wonderful experience. So we've been working, but having some fun too.
We've got a couple more questions from the audience. One is from Brian. He was curious whether or not there are inconsistencies in the quality of gemstones in Europe.
Yeah, I think so, because you choose where to buy them from. So, hard to say. I always buy from quality retailers, then it's much easier.
Well, I think in that case, then it's much like it is in the United States. Then, so the person that you're buying from is really important.
Yeah, cheap stones, awfully crap. So But,
Yeah, we charge. We're through polishing. So, by the way, I've grabbed some pictures off of your website
Yeah.
that you guys could share if you want. There's you and Jordy.
Yep.
You're actually sharing them, so.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was going to say in America, I charge at my studio based on the quality of the stone. So if I get a perfectly ideal cut section of 1.2 millimeters, we charge a little less to set them than if we get some that are all over the place.
Yeah.
There's some more. Where is this at, Joacim?
Baselworld.
Baselworld.
Okay. And there's Tira all dressed up.
Yeah. A little bit different than on the boat.
Yeah.
And then here's some more of your studio.
There's the couple from England. The girl to the right is from Portugal, and the guy to the left is from Germany, but they live in England.
Nice. And look at that posture sitting. You're right. That's the way to do it.
We also
And here's another one.
Yep.
Look at how straight their backs are. That's awesome. I love to see that.
we have a question from James. Any unique tips? Do you have a tip to give anyone? Engraving or setting or otherwise?
Hate to hit you from left field like this, but you've seen our webcasts before. We always try to share a little something.
Yeah.
If not, that's fine, but he's asked. So if you
A
think of
unique
something.
That's the thing I always, when I look on this webinar, I get, oh, you should talk about that. That should be a good tip, but now it's clear.
Well, you can send them in and we can
Yeah.
include them in the
Okay,
next
I
time.
do.
We'll say it. This was from Joacim.
Yeah.
His
good,
tip
good.
is.
Yeah. Something.
Okay.
How important do you?
I have a tip. The more you buy, the happier you got. That's my tip.
Say it again.
The more tool you buy, the happier you get.
Yeah?
Yep.
No.
It helps me.
Oh, yeah. It's like
I
a
think-
drug. Buying tools
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
a drug. Yeah. Okay. And I don't really have many more questions for you.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to let us know about? Or
We do have one more question that just
Yeah.
came in.
Okay.
What they'd like to know, and we can send this out after the fact if you don't have it, is where people can find those saddles or get more information about them,
Yeah.
how they might be sized to people or.
I can put something together, so I can get you that. Some different companies, and I can give you some links on that later.
Okay, that'll be
Yeah,
terrific.
that's the easiest. I don't have it in my mind.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And what do you do for fun when you're not engraving?
I pet my cats.
And what are their names?
Muffins and Susie.
Muffins
Yep.
and Susie.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you couldn't bring them, but
No, they stay home.
you stay.
So how many years have you been an engraver?
I start like 2003, so like 12, 13, and I start my own business in August 2010, so like 6 years.
Where does most of your work come from? Do people come to your studio, or do they mail you work?
I'm a private person. Goldsmiths send me jobs from all the Sweden, so they go by the post and shipping, everything.
So are there many engravers in Sweden?
Not so many jewelry engravers, full-time engravers, but 5. But like 2 or 3 steel gun engravers, and there are more engravers who engrave knives and stuff. So especially in northern Sweden, the knife making and such, it's quite big there.
Do you? I don't want to get too much into the business, but I'm curious. In Sweden, do you each have a different price for a goldsmith as opposed to a private client?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I charge what the goldsmith take to the customers. That's what, if there come a private person to me, I charge that amount.
Okay.
So
Do you feel like you make a comfortable living as an engraver?
sort of, but now I have more legs to stand on with the training, and I actually start to be the retailer for the NSET in Sweden.
Okay.
So that's another leg, and world training, training outside Sweden also. So I have to do so. But,
Lots going on.
yeah, but I really like to have more fun than get much money. So
Wouldn't we all?
As can be seen.
yeah,
Yes, definitely.
Joacim, do you have a website? I can post the website out there so people can see it, and we'll go back in the chat. Is there something that you'd like to have people look at?
yeah. Handgravur.
Actually, you can type it in right here.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any other questions, Joel?
I'm just, it's really exciting to talk to somebody that does the same kind of thing we do, but is in Europe or another continent, because I'm always curious as to how artists are perceived, in other countries. I think that, in America, we're just starting to be jewelers and engravers are just starting to be perceived as artists. I mean, we've been laborers for a long time. But so, Joacim, would you say that you are, I hope I didn't mispronounce your name, are you considered more of an artisan or more of a laborer in your country?
I'm more like an artisan.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
I think most of us in this country would like the people to see us more that way.
Yeah.
Because it is definitely an art, in my opinion, but, it's funny. Yeah. It's like where I live in New Jersey, most people, when they purchase jewelry or they have something engraved, they think it's some magical machine somewhere that does it. And they're just starting to realize that there's actually a person that does it by hand. And
you don't have the box that shakes the stones in the ring?
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people here are just now seeing the difference between something that's machine engraved at the mall and something that's engraved by hand. I had a client in recently that, said they wanted something written inside of a ring, and they had their mother's writing. Her mother was passed, and it was something she had written on a piece of paper. And I said, we can emulate that handwriting exactly. And they're like, how? I said, by hand. A person will do it. She's like, oh, I thought it was all done by machines. And I'm like, nope. And a good engraver will be able to replicate the handwriting. So we're doing that. She's so excited about it. But this is great because I love talking to artists. I hope we can get you over here sometime. So maybe we can do an event together and have you do some trainings over here.
Yeah. Take that one more time. Look at something else here.
Well, Joel was just saying, when you come to the United States at some point, we'd love to have you. We'd like to be able to do something jointly. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
All on the team.
Yep. And one more thing, for those who go in for the handgravur.se, there is a link to my Facebook page. That's more what I use now. So you find much information about the classes and everything there. So that I'm going to start to build up my web page more now when I start to become a retailer. So I need to.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
So do you have anything else, Joel, that you'd like to ask or say?
I have one last question. Tara has often spoken about, and I have often spoken about, the most interesting pieces that we've done. I'd like to hear what's the most interesting thing you've engraved.
One that's popping into my mind, it's many things. I actually engraved 2 silver plates from the 1794, I think they was manufactured, and they was made for the court in Sweden in the late 1700s, and I fill up on the back for the owner who have it now, so they can search. So that's, I think, one of the oldest thing I engraved on. So, but it's
That's pretty cool to even see it. To see it, not let alone work on it.
Yeah, that's good.
So you engraved a plate that's older than our country.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you put it that way.
Yeah. I did.
All right.
All right. Well, we have one more picture.
Yep.
Maybe you could put up. The question here is, how many engravers does it take to fix a light bulb?
Yeah.
We had that today.
Yep.
So Joel's going to put it up here, hopefully. Well, Joel's working on getting it up there. He's got the picture. There we go.
Yeah.
So we were working on a car today.
Yep.
trying to figure that out with a light bulb. Just seemed like one of those things that we should take a picture of.
Yep.
And what was your response to that, Joacim? How many engravers does it take to change a light bulb?
Yeah, it should be 2 at least.
So there's 1 working and 1 drinking.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yep.
And that is how it actually worked out.
And it works fine.
Yeah.
And we make it as a team.
All right. Well, thank you for being our first actual scheduled guest.
It was my pleasure.
Precision
I'm honored.
Bench. And hopefully we can incorporate more of your ideas and other things.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure when the next one will be, but hopefully it will be in about 2 weeks, right, Joel? Are you there?
Yeah. Hang on. Yep. I'm here. It's a lot of noise going around. In 2 weeks, we'll do something else. I try to do this every 2 weeks, and I started filming and working on the first class on flush setting. We'll have to make sure Joacim can watch that video and see how he feels about it.
I'll be there in the middle of the night.
Yes, he's great. He's been on almost all of them.
What time is it? What time is it there now? 10?
It is now 10:32 p.m. and it's dark out, and we have to eat dinner. We haven't really even done that, so they're on a completely different schedule here. So, and we're gonna probably call it done.
Yep.
We will stay on chat for a while if anybody has other questions. But otherwise, if you don't have anything else, Joel, I think we're gonna sign off and get going.
Yep. And thanks everyone for watching.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye, Joel. Bye, everybody.